Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný and today I have for you another brilliant chess game. Let's welcome, let's enjoy, let's have a break and let's see another amazing chess game. With white pieces, this game is playing Fabiano Caruana, and with black pieces, Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen is one of the strongest and the best chess player ever, and you will see that not every day is the best day of our lives. So let's enjoy and let's start. Fabiano Caruana is playing with white, Magnus Carlsen with black pieces. This game was played on St. Louis Rapid 2019, and in the beginning Fabiano exchanged his light squares bishop, and for this reason he is building his position. His pawns are sitting on the light squares, and that's a good sign for his dark squares bishop, because his dark squares bishop is going to be strong nearly everywhere. So white's strategy is built on the dark squares bishop, and Magnus Carlsen maybe is enjoying two bishops advantage. What's more? I don't know, you will see later on. So knight g6, h4 with a threat h5 and maybe h6, and there's a threat, and Magnus Carlsen has to stop this pawn immediately, and he played move h5, e5, and that's the first sign that white is doing a good job, because space, this pawn on e5 is a winning space, and that's good for white, because player with space advantage, it's a more active, more aggressive, and of course just remember that black is enjoying two bishops advantage, and two bishops need open lines, but now it's difficult to see somehow how black is going to activate his bishop. So a really interesting position, and for this reason Magnus Carlsen is going to play move f6 immediately. He is not happy to play position with space disadvantage, and he's right, because space is important. Okay, knight d2, and now Fabiano is going to offer a pawn for a beautiful compensation. Of course, I'm going to show this position and maybe where Fabiano believes in his compensation. So let's see that black in our variation is a winning pawn, but immediately this pawn is under attack. And be careful now, d6 is still good, because queen e4 is attacking knight and pawn on c6, but black has chance to go knight e7. So for this reason, don't hurry, take it easy. Knight c4, and for example bishop e7 now is mistake because of queen e4, knight and pawn. But of course, after good move knight e7, I think that this position is giving beautiful compensation for white player. White is more aggressive, is doing well, and black is defending. At the other side, black is pawn up. So that's a first crossroad how this game should go on if Magnus Carlsen is taking pawn. But he decided to not take a pawn immediately and played move d6. Okay, no more space advantage, because Magnus Carlsen hates to play position without space, and he's right. Just remember that the space is important, and if you have chance, fight for a space. Space is your life in chess. So okay, let's go on. I hope that you are going to enjoy this game, and you are enjoying, because now Fabiano took on d6. And yes, of course, Magnus should took on d6 immediately, but I am worried about his pawn formation. Let's watch black's double pawns on c file. Big weaknesses, but of course knight c4, and I think that this game is still open, because yes, of course, black has a two bishops advantage. Another side, he has bad pawns. It's a difficult game, and still everything is open. I believe that still here in our variation, both players are playing for advantage. Here I believe more in white's position, but let's come back, because our main game followed after move e5. Okay, nothing special happened. Bishop g4 and Magnus took with a queen g3 and long castle, of course. Knight on g6 is a bad piece, and now it's a good time to give a chance to Magnus Carlsen to prove why he is one of the strongest and the best chess player of all times, because he understands that this knight on g6 is doing really bad job, and for this reason he is trying to improve this piece. Knight f8 and knight e6. That's a different. Now knight on e6. It's much more stronger, much more danger, and I think that is doing a good job. Just let's compare this knight on g6 and e6, and that's different between strong and weak chess player. But Fabiano going to center and he played queen e4. That's a good move, and now Magnus Carlsen has to be careful. Unfortunately for him, he missed now beautiful move knight e5. That's an amazing piece sacrifice, but it's not a sacrifice. It's maybe easy variation, or say hard variation to see, but it's working fine for a white. Now Magnus Carlsen is facing big difficulties because Fabiano is not losing piece. After f3, of course, this bishop is gone, and Magnus Carlsen has to fight. Okay, just let's follow this variation. Just to take on, say, e5. Here is f3, exchange, knight d4, take, and knight c4. I believe that this position is absolutely terrible for black. You know, this bishop is not happy bishop, because too many pawns are sitting on dark squares and are blocked. And maybe one day white is going to exchange this danger knight and is going to play knight against bad black's bishop. Something similar we will see in our main game, so let's come back and let's follow this game. So Magnus took immediately. Now after f3, exchange, and knight c4. Okay, now rook f2 happened and knight e5. It's hard to defend this pawn. Say bishop f6. I think that c3 is good. Now maybe rook f1 and rook f5. Still this pawn is under attack. One day after c4, this pawn is falling down. Say bishop c1, and I don't believe that black will survive here. I think that black here is without any counter-attack, without any chance, and black is losing in all variation. Just imagine that we are following the game between two best chess players of chess world, and I'm absolutely sure that Magnus knows that this position is lost for him, and for his reason he played more active. And that's a good, because we have to be more active. We have to attack opponents' weaknesses, and we have to go for counter-attack. That's the last chance, that's the last hope, and that's a good move. So knight e5, knight g4, and rook g1. Of course, Magnus is not interesting for another piece exchange. h5, h6, and after h7, it's game over. So, okay, what happened? Check here, and I think that here Magnus has a simple winning variation. He should take on f6, and he missed this move. So let's watch this move. Take, and now rook c1. Say with the threat to have new queen. That's important to go to g7, and after this, of course, this pawn endgame, it's a winning endgame for white. That's Fabiano missed, and maybe if he's going to play this variation, this game looks like just a nearly perfect game without any mistake. And what an amazing performance of Fabiano Caruana. Okay, what's happened? Bishop c1 is a good. Knight b4, e5, of course, that's an extra piece. And knight e3. Be careful not to take piece because of checkmate on c2. And that was a nice joke and a nice threat and another lecture how to play chess. Don't hurry. Don't waste your winning position. Play careful and understand your opponent's threats. So that was a variation, but Fabiano played knight e3, stopping c2, and here he is winning. He took piece. Now rook d1, a5, rook d4, take, and here this endgame it's 1 for white. Black is without any moves. Black is without any threats, and here Magnus Carlsen is resigning. I think that that was a good game, and I hope that you enjoyed. You saw something interesting, exciting, and maybe you are going to remember some moves. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that it was a nice time with chess, and I hope that you are going to play chess because the chess is the best game ever. Enjoy, play chess, and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.